So now we are going to create the interactive map with folium. We have already imported the package, and we are just going to create first an empty map, and then we are going to add a marker. So we will use the variable, a new variable map, and we will call the folium package and dot map function, and within that we will assign the location, and this is the latitude and longitude, and for here we are going to put the square bracket and call the latitude and longitude of the Kinshasa, df underscore longitude. And you can see that in here we have the latitude and the longitude column. So negative 4.32, positive 15.31 is the longitude. So we are, instead of using the values directly, we are just using the column names to call the column values. The next thing we need to do is choose a base map, and it's called tiles, and we are going to use an OpenStreetMap, and that's a very popular base map that is available within the folium. And I will show you that there are different types of base map that are available. You can pick and choose any. I'm choosing the one which is really easy to see the roads. So here the start zoom level is 12, so you can zoom in and out, and the control scale is true. So let's look at the map now. Something is wrong. df kin not defined. Oh, okay, df longitude. I missed the kin word here. Okay, now it worked, but I forgot to write map again so that it shows up. Okay, now you see the interactive map showing up. The OpenStreetMap, that's the reason I chose, because then you can see all the roads and whatever data they have in the OpenStreet map. OpenStreet is a open source mapping platform similar to Google Maps. So in Google Maps, all the information are provided by Google. Here, all the information are provided by volunteers who add the information. So pretty detailed. Let's look at a different type of base map. If you go to the folium page, this is the folium documentation page, and there's an example here, and here's the OpenStreetMap that we use. Other maps like Stamen Terrain, or this kind of Stamen Toner, Stamen Watercolor. This is not really useful, but just looks really nice. CartoDB Positron, CartoDB Dark. Now we are going to add the marker from that subset of Kinshasa that we created. So marker meaning a point like a balloon on the map. So we will call, under the map variable, we will call folium dot marker, and in here we are going to copy paste the lat long here because it's the same lat long that we will use to create the marker. And the pop-up, there should be a pop-up, and it will say the city name, Kinshasa. We can also call it from the df kin, but it's the same amount of work really. And we are going to add to the map. If you don't add to the map, if you don't write this part, the point marker is not going to show up, and we have map already typed here. So now you can see this balloon is created, and now if you click on the balloon, the Kinshasa word shows up. Okay, so pretty cool. I showed you that we have those different types of tiles that are available, but let's say if you want to change the base layer into something else. So I typed in Stamen Toner, and you just hit, and this is what it looks like. It also has detailed roads and buildings, so pretty cool. Again, feel free to try out other type of base map. I'm going to do another step here. When we will be working with the image data, it's actually the data for the city of Kinshasa and the 50-mile radius. So how big of an area that is and what it covers is good information to have. We are going to create a circle of 50-mile radius. So I'm going to say folium dot circle, circle with C capital, and location. I'm going to again use the lat long from the df underscore kin dot latitude comma df underscore kin dot longitude, and after the parenthesis it will be radius, and the radius, because I want in 50 kilometer, not miles, this will be 50,000, just because the linear unit in here is meters, so that's 50 kilometers, 50,000 meters. Color is going to be, I'll use crimson, you can use red, black, doesn't matter really. Fill, there will be no fill color, so I will say false, and then after the parenthesis I'm going to add to map. This is kind of standard, you have to do it, otherwise it won't be added to the map that you created. So now you see that you get the map, however it's too big at that zoom level, so we have to zoom out to see. But the Landscan data that we downloaded is relatively coarse resolution, so that's why we need a bigger spatial extent to see the change. And also this is an international boundary, so this is the Democratic Republic of Congo, that's Congo, but the development is kind of happening in both sides of the water body here.